So my first impressions on this update, the season 2 is obviously way better than season 1. Like, have to be honest. There's lots more map changes. It's an actual like season. Like, it feels as if it's like things are changing. Um, there's obviously like some type of storyline now which they're trying to get like put across, which is pretty good. Um, Now, one of the bad things which I've noticed about this update is the normal play Apex mode, not the ranked mode. The normal play Apex mode, two supply drops fall down at the very beginning, and loads of people go to them supply drops. And for some odd reason, they've made it so the L star is way easier to get than any other gold weapon. That's what it seems. Literally, everyone has it somehow in games. Um, Despite the weapon not being incredibly good at longer ranges, it's probably the most close range weapon you can probably have right now, aside from the Mozambique. But literally, like, it's probably the most close range weapon uh, for it to actually do the damage that it needs to do. Like, for an SMG, you would kind of like be looking at close range, getting onto medium range. This one does not perform good at medium range. It obviously it does loads and loads of damage, but that's only at really close range, at which you can probably outgun someone with the Havoc. Um, so it's I'd say that weapon is only really good near the end of the game when you're in a tight circle, um, and it's like you're obviously in close range, and you're obviously going to have at the end of the game, meaning that you're not going to use as much ammo throughout the whole entire game. You know what I mean? Because if you get at the very start of the game, like obviously them two supply drops, they drop down immediately, which some people will get L stars from them. If you get it immediately, that's one of the guns in your, inventory taken up, and that's not really good because you're gonna have to use that if the other gun, say, runs out of ammo or something. That's one of the two guns, so you're gonna have to use it at some point, which means that it's kind of useless at end game, at the end of the game, because you're gonna use up all the ammo. Whilst if you get at the end of the game, you're gonna have plenty of ammo to defeat like the last two squads or something. So that's what I've noticed about that weapon. That can apply to other gold weapons as well. I think the thing with all this though, the one thing I don't like is the supply drops. How they're spawning immediately. That's why I like the ranked game mode a little bit more, because you got no possibility of getting a gold weapon straight off the bat, like immediately. I think the good thing about the gold weapons is that they used to only spawn like late game. You never could actually get them straight away, um, because obviously you go to the supply ship or the hot zone or something. They only got out the supply drops, which spawn late-ish game. So it kind of puts a spanner in the works that they're randomly spawning at the start of the game now. These supply drops can now everyone's gonna go to them, get a gold weapon immediately, and it makes it a bit weird. I think it kind of devalues kind of the gold weapons. I think if they just take out the supply drop spawn at the start, it'll put it back to how it was before, but it'll be much better. It means that less people will have gold weapons and just be killing everyone with them, because it just makes it a little bit unfair. Because the rarity of getting the L star is way higher than any other gold weapon, so you're gonna be getting a gold weapon out of them supply drops every single time. Um, I think another thing which I don't like is how they've changed the damage done by the storm and how fast, not the storm, the ring. Bloody Fortnite shit. Been playing for Fortnite for 2 years. I can't get out of it. Um, but the damage dealt by the ring and how fast the ring actually you know goes into the circle, like how fast it actually takes. Them two things, I mean, fair enough, they want to make the games a little bit faster, and I understand that. I think that's kind of a good thing in a way, like they're making the games faster, like, because then you don't feel like the last 20 minutes of your life was just wasted to get second place, and then obviously it's kind of good in the long run as well, because when you get into late game, most people will have purple shield and, purple helmets and all that stuff, purple backpacks, because they've been looting a whole bunch. It kind of encourages you to kind of stop looting and go to the area, which means that there's a less likely chance of more people having a pearl backpack or a gold armor shield or whatever. Like, it'll be less likely to have them unless you go to them hot zones and then quickly book it to the circle. Fair enough, the first circle is not that, you know, it's this year, I think it's the same amount of damage it does, 2 damage. But the other one after it, that's the one which does the most amount of damage, and it's just incredibly hard to get out of. So they definitely done something with the ring, and I don't really like it that much. But in a way, though, it kind of encourages you to get into the circle and stop looting. So you're gonna have to kind of get into that mode now of like stop looting, whilst before you never actually had to stop looting until like another team came or something, or if you were stuck in the storm, which wouldn't kill you unless it was like, you know, you had no health, you know. If you're stuck in the storm, you're like, oh, okay, I'll just loot a little bit more, whilst now you actually have to go to the actual circle now. So yeah, that's them are the 2 different things, which I just don't really like about this thing. The storm damage increase and the L-Star, you know, being literally everywhere. Despite the L-Star not being the best of weapons, it's incredibly good at close range. I've used it. It literally takes down someone immediately, like literally all their health down. I'm also gonna be doing it like a 3 glitches video, like 3 glitches which I've encountered, because you know that's something which I don't really understand how it works. But yeah, there's 3 glitches which I encountered. But overall, though, this update is really, really good. I love how they added the ranked modes. I'm going to be playing this a little bit. Only played like 1 or 2 games before, and it was just really fun. I actually really like it, because it doesn't actually have them supply drops coming down immediately, so it kind of puts it back how it was before, which I like. There's no one going to be getting an L-Star immediately, so I'm going to be playing ranked leagues until they make it so the normal mode is back to the start, where like, you know, you only have the supply drops coming in late game. 'Cause that's one of the bad things about it. But generally, though, I love the hop-up attachments, the 2 attachments. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but it's for the P2020 and the Alternator. I think that's the one where it does increased shield damage. And then the Mozambique and 𝗲𝗏, I think that's the 2 which do the increased unshielded damage. So the one where like there's no damage if you have no shield, or if you took all the shield down previously. But basically normal damage, you know, without shield. Basically makes the Mozambique really, really good. However, it is close range. I've used it at kind of like medium-ish range, and it's hard to use at medium-ish range, but you can still hit shots. And I think one of the bullets at medium range done 15 damage, and plus it's got 3 bullets, remember? So that would have done 45 damage at that range, medium range, like, if I would have hit all the shots, which is pretty good. But I think I can do like 70 something damage, which is something I really wanted the shotgun to do. It's almost like a pistol, but it's a shotgun. Because it's a shotgun, it's like boom, you know, like the sound of it should have more of a like more damage dedicated to it. You know what I mean? Because it's the 𝗲𝗏 shotgun sometimes does more damage than the Mozambique before. Yet the 𝗲𝗏 shotgun is like, you know, it doesn't really sound menacing. Whilst that one, 3 bullets in the chamber, and it's like, it should be like kind of like a hand cannon type of gun, you know. So now it's actually usable. It wouldn't be the #1 choice. However, if you do say this in game, like people are gonna be using this in game now, the Mozambique. It's not gonna just be like, you know, you ping it for like a good laugh, like, oh, Mozambique here. People are going to be using it. It might not be everywhere because it's not incredibly good, but people may be using it, and you might die off of Mozambique now. Whilst before it was like you will literally only die at start game. You know, at the start of the game, if someone got a Mozambique and you have no weapon and they just got somehow lucky and got all the shots on you, that's literally the only time you'll probably get killed by it. Now it's literally, you might actually get killed by it a little bit more. because it's actually useful, especially with a hop-up attachment. They made the gun way better, and then the hop-up attachment does even more damage when you're not shielded. So you actually have to take down all the shield first, and then it does way more damage. I think it does 2 times the amount of damage, which is just really good. That means like you could actually hit a shot for like 100 and something damage, you know, like, which is like really good. So I might use the Mozambique at some points. I mean, it's got a good name, have to admit, Mozambique. You know, it's got a good name, so it should have like a good kind of some good stats to it. But yeah, the hot up attachments are really, really good. I don't know if they added the gold attachments, the gold sniper stock and the gold what was it, the gold shotgun bolt, because I heard something about that. There's like 2 new gold attachments, but they haven't added them. I don't know if they have added them. I'm gonna have to check. But that's what I've heard. There's obviously already a gold barrel stabilizer, and apparently they've made it so it actually tells you what the gold ability does, because it basically reduces the fire at the end of the gun, the actual visible fire. But it never actually said that. It didn't actually have a little label there saying the extra ability applied. So it's good that that says that now. But I don't know if the gold attachments are in the game. You know, if they are, I'll make another video. But I don't know. But generally though, this season is really, really good. I mean, I have described all the negatives about the season, because obviously they're gonna have to do a patch update for all of the glitches and all of the things which people don't like and all that stuff. But generally, it's kind of a confusing update. It's going to take a little bit of time to get used to, and yeah, I'm gonna do my glitch video in later on today as well.